the other for now. Right hand comes behind your head, and just take a moment to kind of sense where your body's at right now. Great, so slowly take a deep inhale. Now we exhale, slowly twist at the waist, stretching out the right leg and twisting our body enough that this right arm comes parallel to the right side of your mat. And on the way back, you're gonna close your knees again. So the first few were just a nice little stretchy warm up. Reaching here, trying to keep that side body lifted, noticing the full stretch. And then inhaling back. Great. 3 more just like this. Exhaling, reach. And inhaling, allowing for that twist to be like a subtle awakening for the body. I know we twisted a little bit in our standing position, but just to sense how we feel at this moment. And your last full reach here. Great, so let's start adding a little bit of a lift. So you're exhaling on your reach. Coming all the way back for your inhale, pushing up with your side body just a little bit as you open up the knees. And then find your way back. Now the deal here is that you're never losing contact with your ball. So if you happen to lift your body up so much that you do lose contact with your ball, it's of course not the end of the world, but I want us to just slowly notice that you can lift up just enough to keep that contact and then melt back into it. Great, so exhaling, reach. Inhaling back towards the center. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And then again, exhale, reach. And if your breath pattern is slightly different than mine, it's all good. As long as we're breathing and sensing, I'm happy. All right, 1 more like this. And again, this twist is like a beautiful feeling. I haven't said beautiful yet today, it's the first time. So it is, you know, you're allowing that full body to just twist from the waist. All right, let's add our last layer. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling back to the center. Now we're gonna lift and open, stretching out that leg, lowering it down just because we can, lifting it back up, slowly finding your feet back together, and then melting down again. Only 4 more of those, okay? So reaching on your breath. Inhaling back towards the middle. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling, stretch and lower. Exhaling, up and reconnect. Inhaling, melt. And exhale, reach. Good. So again, finding what feels good. If you feel like, you know what, this full hip lift is not where you're at today, you can always keep your body down, just supported on the floor. No problem at all. Great. Last full one here. Reaching as we twist. And then reconnecting with your end. Inhale, feeling the breeze. Great. Exhale, push up. Inhale, stretch and lower. Exhale all the way back and down. Inhale, squeeze, and exhale, hold. Superb. Let's come back all the way to the center for a moment. Bringing our feet nice and long, arms are in a nice extended position. Come up with your spine, curling the spine back as you reach forward. Trying to stretch out your spine, a little bit of your side body. Inhale again. And then exhale, come back to the center, squeeze the ball and bring your elbows back to the outsides, kind of like what we did earlier. So inhaling, stretching. Exhaling, belly comes back, you curl forward, reaching nice and long. Inhale again. And then exhale, restack, bringing your elbows outside, squeezing the ball, touching your belly. Last time, inhaling, reach. Exhaling, belly comes back, spine reaches long. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, find your way back. Awesome. Let's come over to the right side body. And try that again on the other side. So remember, you're adjusting accordingly, meaning the ball is not underneath your boobs here, right? It's still in between like your hips and where your bra strap might end. You're checking that your shoulder is over your elbow, your knees are aligned, your hand is behind your head for the beginning period. Take a nice deep inhale, sensing your spine and where you're at, and then exhale, twisting, keeping that parallel feeling to the outer left side of your mat as your left leg goes long. And then you inhale, slowly find your way back. Now remember, the next 4 is an opportunity for you to just check in. It's like sensing how your body feels, how it's responding, what feels weird, what feels great. Where are you holding on to something? Where can you let it go? And noticing again how slowly you can move. And I say that in a nice way of like, we're not in a rush. There's nowhere else to be. If you do it faster, it doesn't mean you're gonna get done with it earlier because you still have more. So it's almost like you're just fully allowing the body to twist and enjoy. And then find your way back. Great, let's start adding that nice little hip lift. So you're exhaling, reaching. Inhaling back. Exhale, push up, and just find your space where you're not releasing from the ball and you're finding your way back down. Great. And noticing again how that right shoulder starts to feel as we lift up just a little bit. And that feeling of like the ball is there and it's supportive, but it's also kind of a reminder. It's like keeping us grounded to the floor even as we decide and choose to lift up a little bit higher. Great. Your last 2, exhaling on your reach. Inhaling, coming all the way back to yourself. Exhale, push up. Inhale, close. I think this is our last one now. Remember, we're really good at counting here. Just feels nice. Lifting. All right, so now we have our last 5 as we add that extra little bit of a leg move. Inhale, coming on back. Exhale, pushing on up. Good. You stay here as you inhale, stretch and lower. Exhale, lift and connect. Inhale, squeeze and lower. And then exhale, twist and reach. And even here, if you feel like your neck is tight, you can always look down at the floor and let that be your gazing focus point. You always want to do things to support the neck, even if we're stretching and strengthening them simultaneously. Great, 3 more. Exhaling, reaching. Now, can you sense what body parts are really active at the moment? And how, even in this leg lift, how the right side, like your right glute, is also really pretty active and holding? Awesome. And are you enjoying the process of just taking up different space? Lifting on up. Inhaling, stretching and lowering. And then exhaling, engaging the belly to lift back up and squeeze. Great. Last full one here. Inhale. And then exhale, reach. Great. Inhale, back to your center. Exhale, push and open. Inhale, lengthen out and lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale, hold. Great, finding your way actually now onto your back. Just melting all the way down. Bringing the ball onto your belly for a second. Opening up your knees and just bringing your neck slowly to the right for a little bit of a stretch. And then gently over to the left. Releasing again any tension that might have gotten stuck over to the right. And then over to the left. Alrighty, it's time to move, everybody. So feet are going all the way back in towards the center. We're actually already starting with the ball underneath the lower back for me here. Palms are coming down, fingertips are nice and grounded. So again, if you want to put your whole arm into the mat, you may. But again, see if you can keep the entirety of your palm here. Left foot is grounded, right leg comes all the way up for me first. Slowly take a nice deep inhale, float the left knee into a tabletop and stay here. So you're lowering this right leg down for a bicycle and then exhaling it up. Good, at the moment the left leg's not going anywhere. We're grounding into the ball with the final feeling of that layer of depth of your core. I was thinking like Final Fantasy, what am I thinking of? Thinking of like the depth, the layers that happen. It's not that top layer, it's like all the way on the inside. How that grounds down. Great. 2 more. And then your last time here. Good. Bringing both knees into a tabletop position. Let's open the knees a little bit, slowly lowering down just until a position where you feel like, yep, this is my point. And then you're stretching out the legs to the side and finding them back into the lower angle and then lifting them back up to your starting point. So you're inhaling down to the diagonal, stretching them out. Exhaling, reconnecting the toes, coming back up. Good. 3 more. So again, thinking about, I know my body's supported on a ball. I can still feel how my core is active. This isn't melting into my spine. If it's wandering there, then we keep it a little bit smaller or decrease the range of motion. Great, and your last full one, inhaling, lowering down and opening those legs, stretching here. And then exhaling, reconnecting. Good, back into your tabletop position, left leg goes up, right knee stays where it is, and you inhale, bicycle down with the left, and then exhale, stretch it up. If at any point you feel like you need to put that right foot down on the floor, by all means you may. Just seeing where you can hold. We're not like tensely holding, we're grounding holding. Good. 2 more. And releasing any bit of weirdness in your hips with that full reach. Great, bending the knees, keeping them at your tabletop position. And we're slowly reaching them a little bit further away, but not actually straightening them and then bringing them back. So it's almost like you can notice that you can reach them a tiny bit further away, straightening them like a little bit, but we're not actually getting them straight. Nor do I want to. I want a nice little reach and then a move back. Good, 4 more. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhale, engaging to come back home. Great. 3 more. And this is where it's like it's fully up to you how far away you go, but I don't want your legs fully straight. I want you to keep that bend to know that there's still space to go. Great, your last time here. Holding here, and now we stretch out from there for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last full breath, and 1. Great, back to the center. Slowly bring your feet to the outside of your mat. Take a nice deep breath. Remove the ball. And then bring it into your right hand as you slowly melt down for me. On 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Take a deep breath again. And then squeeze, or rather push into the ball as you ground your feet, melting your spine upwards into this nice bridge position. So again, now we don't have the ball, we've got our full body. If you feel like you need to walk your feet in a little bit, by all means go for it. Take a nice deep inhale, slowly lowering down halfway as you squeeze the insides of your thighs together, push down on the ball. Exhale, reach all the way up, lifting up your right heel. So you're inhaling, slowly coming on down about halfway, pushing into the ball, staying on that right heel lift. Great. 3 more like this. Inhale, just halfway, engaging the glutes, push on up and squeeze. Great. Now we try and combine this feeling of pushing into the ball and lifting up the heel and let the hips stay together. Great, and grounding that right heel now, bringing the ball all the way up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath. Let's bring those heels into the floor as your toes come off of the mat. Great, and from here we're slowly pushing the knees outwards. So you're using your outer thighs and your core, and at the moment you're not doing anything with the ball. You're just sensing, can you push out? Feeling how this entire outside gets active. Great, we're staying here for the next 5. Keep the breath long for 4. Now if you feel like you want to add a little bit of a squeeze on the ball for 3. Engaging the belly for 2. Your last full breath for 1. Great, melting the feet back down on the floor, taking the ball into the left hand, right hand goes down to the side. And here we go, inhaling down about halfway, both feet on the floor. Exhale, push into the ball, lift up, and then lift up that left heel. So if you don't like that left heel lift, or it feels like it's really kind of cramping your calf, you don't need to do it. It's just an extra layer. And sensing how your hips can still stay nice and balanced. Ideally, even if we're lifting that one heel, we've got 2 more to go. And can you still continually reach your arms a little bit longer as you lift up? And your last full one here. Great, heel comes down, the ball comes all the way up, heels come off the mat. And this time we're going to squeeze the ball as you lengthen outwards and then bring your knees back. So push out as you squeeze the ball and then finding your way back. And if you feel like, I do not like to be balanced on my heels, you can always put your feet down. I just feel like it's less tension on the actual knee itself, and you get to activate your glutes and your legs a little bit differently. So we have another 5. And finding that beauty in inhaling, opening, exhale, releasing. 4. 3. So again, you can speed it up a tiny bit if you really want to, but you can also just enjoy that slowness for 2. And your last full one here. Good, soles come down, melting your spine down 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way on 3, 2, and 1. Great, let's heel toe our toes, our feet, rather a little bit further in. The ball goes into your left hand, right arm stays where it is. Take an inhale here, exhale, head, neck, and shoulders come all the way up. Good, right hand on top of your head. The ball on the left hand is coming into the right knee. Your fingers are at that diagonal, elbow stays nice and wide. Great, inhaling for me here. And then like exhale and twist. On the way back up, you're bending your right knee and stretching out your left leg. And slowly replacing that left leg on the floor. Inhaling, twisting to the right. Exhaling back. Pushing and kicking that left leg long. And then finding your way back. Now if you feel like that's not where you're at today, or it doesn't feel comfortable for your back, you don't have to do it at all. You can just lift it up a little bit. But I'm feeling like this full stretch and kick. And then finding your way back to your starting point. We've got 4 more to go. Inhale, reach. Exhale back. Inhale, kick. Exhale, return. Now again, you can see, or rather feel, where you can twist more, where your hips want to ground, where your body isn't liking it, but still doing it, where you're like, wow, this is really enjoyable. Inhale, kick, and exhale back. Cool, full last one here. Inhaling, stretching that out and finding your way. Cool, let's stretch all the way to the right, take a deep breath, and then stretch this left leg all the way up for me. Lowering the left leg to the height of the right, and then bringing it up for 5. 4. So it's almost like that. We're just going in the opposite direction with the left for 3, 2, smiling for me, and 1. Great, back to the center, take a deep breath. Hands come in between both hands. ball comes in between both hands, and you melt your body down on 3, 2, and 1. Great. Soles of your feet come together, open up those knees, and feel free to just bring your neck towards the left, and then to the right. And if you want to put your hands in a different position because you need more movement within the neck, you may. Just do what's good for you at this moment. One last reach with the inhaling to the left. And exhale to the right. Awesome. Slowly finding your way through your heels, reaching the ball above your head if it's not already there. Inhaling nice and long. And then exhaling, slowly finding your way all the way up to a nice tall seated position on 3, 2, and 1. Great. Bringing the ball behind your lower back before we go over to the other side. And sensing again where your hinge point is. So I want you to feel that you can lean into the ball, but you're not like smushing into the ball, right? Your elbows are nice and close to your body. Fingertips are all the way up. Inhaling, take a deep breath. Exhale, lift and open. So you're trying to bring a little bit more movement, elbows come back, and then you just lift up a little bit, but open your arms. So think if we can create like a funnel shape almost, like you're nice and close, and then you sense your palms can open, your thumbs open. You even notice that you can stretch out your shoulders here. Great, so we have the next 5. Inhaling, exhale, open it up. And you allow for the full length of your spine to be actively supported and reaching. Great. This is this nice moment of like, okay, I know I may sit a lot during the day or maybe not, but that you can still feel how all of your spine is supported by your belly. Last 2. And then your last full one here. Great. All the way back towards the center for me. Bringing that right elbow all the way back, and as you stretch back, you're stretching up your left leg. Stay on the right side. So you're inhaling, twisting. You can gaze with your elbow or not, whatever feels good. And noticing again how you can still stay reachy. Chest stays open. We've got the next 3, 2. Last time, 1. Straight away to the other side. So lengthening through the left side, inhaling, stretching out that right leg for 5. Long for 4. And how much lean that you want to add into this is again up to you. As long as your belly is working and not your back, I'm good for you. Good, your last full time here. Excellent, with both feet on your floor, take a deep breath. And then stack your spine up, 3, 2, 1. Take the ball for me here, reaching nice and long. And then melting your spine down 1 vertebrae at a time on 3, 2, and 1. Great, bringing your feet in a little bit closer. Ball goes into your right hand. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders come up. Get left hand behind your head. Right hand goes onto your left knee, fingertips at a diagonal. Elbows nice and down. Here we go. Inhaling, twisting towards the left as you stretch. Exhale back. Good. Pushing into the ball, stretching and kicking out that right leg, and then finding your way back to the center. Inhale, stretch. Exhale back. And you still push into the ball as you're reaching, so it's not like you're ever really collapsing or letting go. And remember, if your neck feels like it needs more support, you can forget about the ball and just use both hands for your neck. Inhaling, stretch and kick, exhale, squeeze back. Good, 2 more. And again, thinking about how can I kick that thing away and then find myself without that extra frustration or pressure or annoyance. Right, like we can also really use these moves as a way of just releasing. Cool. So we hang out all the way to the left, pushing into the ball, right knee comes in. You stretch up that right leg and then bend it in. Nope, I lied. You stretch up that right leg and lift. There we go. We have 5, 4. Still pushing into the ball on the left, opening up the chest for 3, 2, and your last full length. And 1. Great, but everything comes back to the center. Hands go on either side of the ball, melt your spine down, arms go all the way up, bringing your feet together, opening up your knees, and just gently rocking side to side. Great, soles of the feet come back down on the floor, take a deep breath. And slowly and steadily squeezing the ball for me. Actually, let's take one little step away. Great. Squeezing the ball and then slowly finding your way all the way up to your nice tall position. Great. Last little bit. I know we only have like 3 minutes left, so coming all the way onto your bellies, please. And bringing the ball underneath both hands. I think this will be like a nice little counter stretch. Toes are the outside of your mat. Your elbows are nice and bent. They're not too far away from you, but they're still bent. Great, gazing down at the floor. So you already can sense you can push a little bit into the floor, lifting your upper body just a tiny bit. Inhaling, prepare, expanding your ribcage. Exhale, push into the ball, and then roll and reach. So sensing again, where can you find a little bit more length? Inhale here, and then exhale, melting your core back down to the floor. Elbows open up a little bit, and you gaze downwards. Feet are still planted. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, remember you're lifting your back with your belly. So actually there's no main pressure in your back at all. Inhale here. Exhale, lift your belly button up as you melt back down, pushing into the floor. Shoulders stay down, elbows stay open. Good, last time here. Inhale, prepare. And then exhale, push into the ball, noticing how again your spine gets supported by the belly as you lift. Inhale. And then exhale, find your way all the way back down on 3, 2, and 1. Great. Inhale one last time. Exhale, this time let's float our legs as we lift all the way here. Great. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, float the legs down, melting your spine down. Great. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, engage the belly, lift, floating the legs up. Now again, it's just a little bit of a lift, nothing too big. Inhale, and then melting, feeling the shoulders melting down your back. Great, your last lift, inhale, prepare, and then exhale, lift and hold. Great, and we slowly bend the right leg and then the left for 5. And again, if you feel like you're too high, come down for 4. I want you to use your belly and your glutes, not your back, for 3. Keep your breath super long for 2. And then your last one here for 1. Great, inhale, both feet nice and long. And then exhale the entirety of your body back down to the center. Elbows get bent. Releasing the ball. Thank you, ball. And then push yourself all the way back. Great, you can also put the forehead on the floor. Just finding your nice little cozy, cuddly moment for yourself. Awesome, and then we have one plank to do because I can't not do a plank in the class. Feet come out, left leg a little bit wider, right leg a little bit wider, opening up, engaging the belly, bending those elbows for me. Great, and let's take mini bends with the elbows for 5 and 4. Remember, you're not trying to go down far. I want you to just notice a mini bend and a push for 2. Last time for 1. Great. Bring those feet nice and close to each other. Take a deep breath. And slowly bring your knees down. Shift your weight all the way back. And just be awesome, everybody. Bring your feet underneath you. And then we slowly roll on up. Stretching your legs first. Feeling free to heel toe your feet to a wider position along the mat if you'd like. Allowing that upper body to hang super long. And slowly bending your right leg and then your left. And allowing any sort of reaching or twisting into your body that feels good. And here is where we say yes to everything that fits our vision of what we'd like our life to be. And we actively say no to everything else. And you take another deep inhale. Exhale, slowly stacking your spine on 3, 2,